So yesterday we have seen two tests. One is T test and another one is F test. Both are meant for the small samples, and T test can be utilized to find whether is there any significant difference between the sample mean and population mean or between two sample means. Whereas F test will be used to find whether is there any significant difference between the population variances which are estimated by the sample variances. Okay. So today we are going to solve some problems based on these things. So let me start a problem. Assume that these are the statistics given to us. That is, sample size is equal to 8. Sample mean is 168.25. The sample standard deviation or the sample variance is given to be 18.9375, and population mean is also given. Population mean is given to be 165. Now the question is can we conclude that there is no significant difference between the sample mean and the population mean? Can we conclude that there is no significant difference between sample mean and population mean? Yet 5% level of significance. At 5% level of significance. Okay. So that is that is given to us. So now from this one, you see the data. Sample size generally we represent with n. Sample mean we represent with x bar. Sample variance s square. Population mean mu. Okay. So the question is about the sample size is 8. So it is a small sample, and we need to find the difference between a significant difference between the sample mean and the population mean. So we need to go for the t test. So first thing, you should be clear about which test you should use. Okay. So it is a sample mean, it is a small sample, and the question is about the significant difference between the sample mean and the population mean. So we have to go for the t test. Okay, right. So in the t test, what is null hypothesis? Null hypothesis assumes that there is no significant difference between the population mean and the sample mean. And as usual, the alternate hypothesis assumes that there is a significant difference between the population mean and the sample mean. Right. Now, what is the test statistic? So the test statistic here, t is given by x bar minus mu upon s upon square root of n minus 1. What we know, it follows t distribution with n minus 1 degrees of freedom. Here n is 8 that is given to us. So here 7 degrees of freedom. So here basically V is equal to 7 degrees of freedom. Okay. And at 5% level of significance, so we need to evaluate what is something called the table value, that we will do it little later. So here T is equal to X bar. X bar means the sample mean. Sample mean is how much? 168.25. 168.25 minus 165 upon S. Here S is given to be, S square is given 18.9339375. So that is it can also be written as square root of 18.9375 upon n minus 1, so that is 7. Please evaluate this value and can you give me the value? (168.25 minus 165). So that is, in the numerator we have 3.25 upon, in the denominator value is 18.9375 divided by 7 with the root. So what we have? 1.644 something I am getting here. So 1.645 also I can take it. So 1.645. So total value is 3.25 divided by 1.645. 0.9756. So approximately I can write it as 1.976. Okay, thank you, Nirmal. So 1.976. So this is what? This is the calculated value. Now, what we need to compare? We need to compare this value with the table value, statistical table value at 5% level of significance. So from the table, 5% means 0.05 for 7 degrees of freedom. What is the value? Can you look at the statistical table for T distribution and degrees of freedom 7 and 0.05. It is given to be 2.365. It is given to be 2.365. Right? So it is 2.365. Now, if you see it here, if you see this one here, 2.365, right? Since the calculated value is less than the table value at 5% level of significance for 7 degrees of freedom, implies H naught is accepted. H naught is accepted means there is no significant difference between the population mean and the sample mean. Do you have any doubts? Do you have any doubts? Okay. Suppose if the same question is asked yet some 10% level of significance, look at this one. Same question. If alpha is equal to 0.1, that is 10% level of significance, level of significance, what will change? Nothing will change. Only thing is that table value we need to find out. So what is the table value? 0.1, 7 degrees of freedom. If you look at the table value for this one, what you will get? 1.895, right? So that is 1.895. Now for this one, the modulus of T is bigger than the statistical value here, implies H naught is rejected. See carefully here. For 5% level of significance, we have accepted H0, whereas for 10% level of significance, we have rejected H0. Okay, so here the level of significance, the confidence levels will definitely matter. We need to take everything into account. Okay, right. So now I'm proceeding for another exercise. Another exercise. There also, let us, two random samples have been drawn. Two random samples. Data is as follows. So what is that one here? Sample 1, sample 2. Okay. Size, sample mean, sample variance. Okay. So the sample 1 size is given to be 11 observations with the mean of 15.6 and with the variance of 3.2. Now sample 2 size is 8 with the mean of 10.5 and with the variance 1.5. Okay. Now the question is first thing. Okay. Is there any significant difference? Is there any significant difference between the two sample means? That is first question. And the second one is, do the estimates of population variances differ significantly? And the third one is, what is your conclusion related to both the samples? Okay, so we will answer one by one. So before that, you closely look at the data that is given to us. The very first thing is sample 1 size. So let me represent with N1 and sample. First sample mean x1 bar, second sample mean x2 bar, first sample variance s1 square, and the second sample variance s2 square. Okay. Now, the first question is there any significant difference between the two sample means? Look at both the samples are small samples, and the question is about whether is there any significant difference between the sample means. So we need to answer the first question. What we need to do? We need to do the t-test. Okay. Next. Second question is, do the estimates of population variances differ significantly? So in the second question, it is asking about, is there any significant difference between the estimates of population variances? So we need to do F test for the second question. Now, what is the conclusion? That we will answer it later after answering 1 and 2. Now, see the first one. Now. So t-test, we are going to answer for the first one. So t-test, so H0 assumes that there is no difference between there is no significant difference between the sample means. Okay, by the way, here we need to give at what level of significance, right? So check at 5% level of significance. All the things at 5% level of significance. Okay, right. So that is H naught, and H1 assumes yes, there is a significant difference between the sample two sample means, and the test statistic is given to be here. Yesterday we have seen, right, x1 bar minus x2 bar upon square root of what is that, n1 s1 square plus n2 s2 square upon n1 plus n2 minus 2 times 1 upon n1 plus 1 upon n2. Now what this follows t distribution with n1 plus n2 minus 2 degrees of freedom. 1 plus n2 minus 2 degrees of freedom. Okay, so now all the variable, so everything you know from the here is already, everything is available here. So now evaluate, could you please evaluate and give me the value, what is the t value here? So x1 bar, that is 15.6 and 10.5. So 15.6 minus 10.5 upon the square root of n1 and n2. N1 is 11 and 8. So 11 times s1 square. S1 square is given to be 3.2 plus n2 8 times s2 square is given to be 1.5 square upon 11 plus 8 minus 2 times 1 upon 11 plus 1 upon 8. Find the value and tell me. Give me the value. What is the value? 5.1 upon 3.95. Okay, so total value, total value or the denominator value? Total value. Okay, so 3.9593. Okay, right. 3.9. So this is the calculated value. Now what we need to get? We need to get the statistical table, statistical value. So 5%. So that is 0.05. What are the degrees of freedom here? N1, two samples of sizes n1 comma n2. So n1 plus n2 minus 2. N1 plus n2 minus 2. So that is 11 plus 8, 19 minus 2. So that is 17. So get the value, this value from the statistical table. For 17 degrees of freedom, 0.05. So that is 2.1 and 1. So the table value is 2.11. As you can see here, since The calculated value is 3.9593 is bigger than the t with 70 degrees of freedom at 5% level of significance implies H naught is rejected. H naught is rejected means what is your conclusion? The conclusion is there is a significant difference between the two sample means at 5% level of significance. Okay. Right. So now, the first question is answered. Using the t-test, we have decided that 5% level of significance, yes, there is a significant difference between the two sample means. Now for the second question, we need to do the what is called F-test. So again for F-test also, there is some H naught. H naught is, so the population estimates the variances both are, there is no difference, there is no significant difference between the estimates of the population variances. And H1 says, yes, there is a significant difference between the population variances. Now the test statistic is here is given to be here, which one? Okay, first thing we should get the estimate, right? So first let us get the estimate. So what is the estimate here? So sigma 1 square is given by n1 upon n s square. So here, yeah, what is n1 here? N1 is 11, right? So 11 upon 10 times 3.2. 11 upon 10 times 3.2. So that is 1.1 times 3.2. So that is given to be 3.52. Okay. Similarly, sigma 2 square is n2 upon n2 minus 1 times s2 square. This is responsible. So that is n2 is 8 upon 7 times s2 square is 1.5. So what is this value? So 8 divided by 7 times 1.5, so 1.714. So 1.714. Okay, let it be as it is. Now, yesterday while discussing about the F-test, we have seen the test statistic F can be taken one thing sigma 1 square upon sigma 2 square, or it can also be or sigma 2 square upon sigma 1 square. Which one we should take? We should take, the order should be taken so that the value of the F is bigger than 1. That should be considered here. So now here you look at here, since sigma 1 square is bigger than the sigma 2 square, so we have to follow the same order, sigma 1 square upon sigma 2 square. So sigma 1 square upon sigma 2 square is 3.52 upon 1.714. So the value is 3.52 upon 1.714. The value is 2.05. So 2.053 something. Okay. So you should always maintain that one. Suppose if you change, if you take the reverse order, then it will not work. Why? Because the statistical tables will give only for, with this condition only we will be getting the statistical table values. Okay. Now that is fine. Sigma 1 square upon sigma 2 square. Now what is the degrees of freedom here? So what we know, it follows the degrees of freedom n1 minus 1 comma n2 minus 1. Okay, that is here n1 is 11, so that is 10, n2 is 8, so that is 7. Okay, here the degrees of freedom should be followed. The first one gives the degrees of freedom for the sample 1, which is in the numerator, variance in the numerator, and the second one will give us the related to the sample which is in the denominator. Okay. Suppose in some another problem, suppose if you are choosing this order, then it should follows uh, 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 F distribution with the degrees of freedom n2 minus 1 comma n1 minus 1. Okay, so that should be taken care of here. Now what we have, so okay, we have evaluated the value, calculated value is there with us. Now we need to get the statistical table value. So 10 comma 7 degrees of freedom, alpha is equal to 5%, so that is 0.05. So could you please get the table value for F distribution? And F distribution, there are only two tables are there. One table is for the 5% and another table is for the 1%. So along the rows will give you the degrees of freedom 2, second degrees of freedom. Columns will give you the first degrees of freedom. If you can see the statistical tables, right? So first degrees of freedom is 10, whereas the second one is 8. So 8. So that is, I think, 3.3472. As I can see that, I think everyone got the same one. 3.3472. That is 3.3472. So for this one, since the calculated value is less than the table value, implies H0 is accepted. H0 is accepted means there is no significant difference between the estimates of the population variances at 5% level of significance. That is the conclusion you have to write it. Okay. So that is about the second question. So second question answered positively that there is no significant difference between the estimates of the population variance at 5% level of significance. Now, what is our conclusion? The conclusion can be drawn based on these two. For this one, we have the conclusion. For this one also, we have the conclusion. But what is this third one? Third one will say that actually the two samples are, we cannot say that two samples are drawn from the same population. Why? Because there is a difference, significant difference is there in the sample names. So we can say that the two samples are not drawn from the same population. So now in between, one of your classmates asked one doubt, actually Ram Prasad. He is asking that the sample variances are given in the while evaluating the t-test. While evaluating the t-test, where is this one? Yeah. So generally, we have approximated this one with the sample. This is the estimate of the population variance. So the estimate of the population variance, we have used the sample variances. Okay. Yeah. Now, Ram Prasad, what is your doubt? Exact doubt?
Sir, actually the variance is given, sir, so it won't be 3.2 square, it will be just 3.2 alone.
Which one?
Sir, in that test statistics for T.
This one, huh?
Yes, sir.
Here you are saying S1 only there, not S1 square.
So no, sir, it's S1 square, sir, but the value of S1 square is given, sir, actually 3.2.
Oh, okay. Yes, you are right. Yeah. S1 square is 3.2. Yes, you are right. Thank you. Yeah, you are right. So whether the value will change now?
It will actually change, but it will be always greater than, like it will be somewhere around 6 or more than.
So what is the value now? Can you tell me what is the value here? Can you tell me what is the value here?
Sir, it will be 6.59 approximately, the final answer.
Oh, 6 point something, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, even though the conclusion is same again, right?
Yes, sir, the conclusion is it.
The conclusion is same, right? Thank you, Ram Prasad. that is 6.5 approximately. Okay. So this is about the t test and f test. We will solve one more problem. Okay. Now in the two problems that we have solved, what happened actually, the sample statistics and the population statistics are directly given to us. Like this one, sample size is this one, mean, variance, population mean, and here also size is the sample mean and the variance, everything is given to us directly. Okay. Then, but it may not be the case always. It may not be the case always. For example, you look at this example, this exercise. Okay. Two random samples. Have the following values. Two random samples have the following values. The first one is sample 1 and the sample 2. Sample 1 is 31, 22, 28, 29, 27, 35. And sample 2 is 27, 21, 25, 23, and 26. That's all. Okay. Now the observations are given to us now. Mean is not given, variance is not given, population statistics is not given, anything. Now the question is, test at 5% level of significance. Level of significance, whether the two samples, come from the same population. Okay. So to answer this one, what we should know? We should know there is no significant difference between the means, and we should also know there is no significant difference between the variance. So which means to answer this question, we need to do two tests, both t-test and f-test. Okay. But for two t-test and f-test, what we should know? We should know what is the mean and variance of samples. And for the second sample also, we should know mean and variance of the samples, second one also. So in that case, we have to evaluate each and everything. Okay. So for example, how to evaluate using the sample means and the yesterday we have practiced, right? So for example, sample 1, what is the data here? 31, 22, 28, 29, 27, 35. Okay. 29, 27, 35. These are the observations, right? So now this is given by sample is nothing but xi's. Okay. So now here what is the x bar can be evaluated directly. For x bar, it is not a problem. Sum of all the things by number of observations. Okay. That is okay. But the problem comes for the variance, for the estimation of variance. So what I am doing here, so between 22, 28, 29, 27 and 31. So what I'm choosing, let me choose 28. 28 is also bigger. Let me choose 29, no 7. I think anything is fine, I think. Let me choose 29 as capital A. Now you define ui is equal to capital A minus xi. Capital A minus xi. So what you will get here now? What we have used? Xi minus capital A, right? I think xi minus capital A, not A minus this one. Xi minus capital A. Yeah, xi minus capital A. So 31 minus 29. So that is 2. 22 minus 29. So minus 7 28 minus 29. So this is minus 1. This will be 0. This will be minus 2. And this will be 6. So the summation of UIs is what? Summation of UIs is, you see it here. You see here 2 minus 2 cancels, minus 8 and 6. So that is minus 2. So U bar is equal to 1 upon how many observations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So N1 is equal to 6. It is given 1 by 6 times summation of UIs. So that is minus 2 by 6. So that is minus 1 by 3. So from this one, how to get the X bar? X bar is A plus U bar, right? X bar is A, mean of X is A bar plus A plus U bar. A is what? A we have chosen 29. A we have chosen 29 minus 0.33, right? So I think 28.666 we can do it. Let us start with 66. Okay. Now the question comes about the variance. Now what is the variance? How to evaluate the variance? We should get UI square. So that is 4, 49, 1, 0, 4, 36. Now the summation of UI square. What is the summation of UI square here? Do it here. 40, 50. This is 40, 50, 90, 94. Now what is the variance? What is the variance? Variance means S1 square is given to be variance of X. Yesterday we have seen, right? 1 upon 6 times summation of UI square directly. So that is 94 upon 6. So what is 94 upon 6? 94 upon 6. So that is 15.66. Something. So this is how we have to evaluate. Now X bar is there, S1 square is there, and N1 you know. Right? Similarly, the same thing you have to do it for other sample also. Means sample 2 also we have to do it. Sample 2 size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sample 2 size is 5. N2 is equal to 5. N2 is equal to 5. Let me do it here. I will make some space here. Maybe I will use a different color also. Sample 2. Sample 2 is what? What is the sample 2? 27, 21, 25. 27, 21, 25. 23, 26. 23 and 26. Now for this one, let us rename it VI. VI is, let us call this as YI minus capital B. B, you can choose anything. So B, I am choosing 25. So 27 minus 25, 2. 21 minus 25, minus 4. 0. 23 minus 25, minus 2. 26 minus 25, 1. So your sum of the VIs. Sum of VIs is what? So 2 minus 2, 2 minus 2 cancel, minus 4, 1. So that is minus 3. Thus maybe this is X1 bar, right? So X2 bar is equal to B plus B bar. So B is 25 we have chosen minus 3 upon 5. So that is 0.6. So 24.4. Right? Now S2 square. How to evaluate the S2 square? For S2 square, we simply VI square. 4, 16, 0, 4, 1. So the summation of VI square is what? 20 and 25. So what is the? It is 1 by 5 times summation of VI square. So that is 25 upon 5. So that is, this is 5. Okay. Now S1 square is there, S2 square is there. S1 square is there and S2 square is also there. So now what to do? All the details are there now. Now you see previous table. Now you see sample 1 size is both are there. Sample means we have evaluated, sample variances we have evaluated. First thing you do the t-test and f-test. If there is no significant difference in both, like there is no significant difference between the sample means and there is no significant difference between the estimation of the population variances, then you can conclude that both the samples are drawn from the same population. I think I'm not continuing this example. I'm stopping it here. Okay, it is again repeated. Okay, so this is how you have to evaluate. Do you have any doubts in this class? Do you have any doubts in this class? Okay, if you have no further doubts, then I'll close the section.